It's star 1978, star 378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's November 22nd, 2022. Um, it's the day after the 24th, Sunday after Pentecost. Or no, it's a Tuesday after the Sunday, the 24th Sunday after Pentecost. Just so the calendars align just right. I'm in this. Um, I'm having, I guess you could say, flashbacks um, to my teenage years. Um, there was a beach. Um, let's just say, at some point, teenage girl who's grown up Glenway, who does not know anything about the world except the series of rooms she was in, whatever they professed or whatever they performed in teaching, is all this person knows. And growing up this isolated, quarantined, whatever from the rest, not really knowing why. Um, this is on an island in the Atlantic, what North America looks like in this time frame. Girl becomes a teenager, is not thinking of men on the moon, is not, they don't speak about that at home, they don't speak about that at school. There's no thoughts of weathermen at weather stations, maybe somewhere, anywhere else, on different islands, maybe different continents. There's no thoughts of the father who holds up the night sky. What does he do during the day? I don't know. Does he still exist when the sun is out? I didn't see it till somebody pointed it out to me, and then I realized I had made an egregious error, or a very large error that I did not think anybody had noticed, but someone noticed and somebody came for a visit. I was happy about the visit. Um, Sad when the visit ended. I was hoping that there would be more visits, but um, people's schedules being as busy as they are when their father holds up a portion of the night sky. So, or so anyhow, so this theoretical teenager in her innocence of growing up on an island and not knowing that there are serious jobs elsewhere in the world that respectable men do, um, holding up the daylight or the sun being one, and the stars in the night sky at night, where the moon also shines over the people on the same island that may or may not have known that these are important things, like the gods, the chosen gods that are amongst man, need to know things. That would have been really helpful. Um, like if you go out in sunlight, it's just as bright to the man on the moon as if the moon is out and you can actually see some representation of starlight. I mean, the man or the respectful that they sent, he asked me, he had a flatbed truck and asked me to sit on the open flatbed part and hang my feet over this portion of this truck, which I did, um, and then to just have a conversation with him. There were other people with him. He came with an entourage. Um, they were behind us listening, and those were his people. I got that. Um, Hoping one day maybe they would become my people as well. But again, I don't know what happened between his father holding up the night sky and the island for which I was on and still am on. Um, so they're just, I mean, maybe there was a vegetable involved. I don't know, because it did not dawn on me that there were respectable people somewhere else that looked over the children of Earth with ears, like on a 24-hour cycle. The least of thought that there was some kind of possible family news cycle, or I don't know, some kind of whatever they do in big important places to keep our respectable private lives private. Um, so that never dawned on me until it was kind of sort of, but not really brought to my attention. But it did bring this very respectable, very person into my physical dimensions. I was invited to go to a private beach at night. Lewis and Linda had said it was all right. It was in the high school years, same time frame as the Keenan building, and those signs went up in Cold Spring Harbor, or they were there. I just didn't notice them until now. So I was very happy about the meeting with on the private beach. I don't know how the man and his, or the person and his, and I don't know the respectful words, and his entourage. Um, I don't know how, I didn't know how they found me. I was happy to be found in that sense. I would have liked to have seen more of them throughout my life. Um, but I don't know what happened. I don't know. I mean, are there multiple fathers that hold up the night sky? I mean, he had a very specific father and an entourage. I would have thought that would have been enough. Um, Again, not knowing how the nights work in the sky. Um, but it was at the cusp of like entering a very important season. So I don't understand when there was a presentation made and a very happy receivership of that presentation. I don't know why there wasn't a continuance of that, and why instead some alternate went into effect. Playing, it almost feels like some Hunger Game where it's like there is not a thing to gaze upon. It is frightfully famine in this area on this island for like my whole life, with very few changes in scenery. Um, so I was invited to this beach. Somebody had to show me how to get there. Um, and then they had to show me how to get back home, because I didn't know where I really was. I didn't have like They call it a Hagstrom. I didn't have one of those. I didn't even know what it was. There was no Magellan. Not to get the bearings straight, crowd upset, but that was a later technology that they came out with that they put on the dashboard. Um, they did not have an option for a bearing. Like there was no, like, you could either buy a Magellan straight or you could buy a bearing straight. I mean, which one do you want? They're both like ay to me. Like, there was no option. It was just it's a Magellan, and I'm like, well, that in bearing terms is a little, that could be treacherous or dangerous, don't you think? Anyhow, so it used to be a Hagstrom, and that was on paper, but it was hard to follow along, especially at night, especially as a woman by myself, although I, whatever, figured it out as usual. Um, Being left to my own, whatever, always seeming to be by myself, which is frightening. Um, but, I mean, setting up that level of meeting seemed to have been easy enough, I would think. I'm trying to think if there is any others. Well, and then there was the time, um, the rather large, um, very handsome but he was extremely tall, trying to fit into a high school desk, which, when he pointed it out, made me smile. I think it was my first day back at regular public school after spending 2 years away at the Catholic version, somewhere else in Long Island. Same island. I never go very far. So I think it's storytellers and storyboards. I mean, it was the beginning to a very great love story once upon a time. With how did you find her in the great big world of things? Well, the father of the night sky during the daytime may or may not have seen something he pointed out to whatever in charge of whatever, trying to keep things quietly, whatever. It's like, I mean, I really didn't think that was something that was going to ruin my entire life and, like, just almost like a black hole in the abyss, and then, like, everything just gets sucked in and collapses within on itself. I mean, it's just what it feels like, having gone 44 years and still having this GOD contracted letter by the same area in the same 11724. I mean, that's where, I mean, I think perhaps Lloyd Harbor has a different zip code. I don't know. I don't know if they have a private. I don't know if they even get mail. I thought everybody in the U.S. post system did. But I had a very specific 11724 growing up Glen. And there was very special, someone special found me. I don't understand. And then in 2001, they sent someone, not with an entire entourage, but somebody different they sent. Actually, it was in 2000, after Benjamin and after the problem with the whatever, and after I was already choked and nobody even seemed to listen or pay attention or care that I was being hurt again. Nobody even spoke about the fact that I woke up slashed in places that should not have slashings. So they sent someone in 2000. I thought for sure things were going to get better, that they were going to send an entourage and where I needed to be and not with what I was forced into. And then more time goes by. And then something called a Frank Falco gets pushed into whatever off of some match.com for some, I don't know, whatever, some other problem. It's like one problem after the next on this island. And then they sent somebody to the Roadhouse, which is where he had taken me, picked me up, same as the Audi driving, gingham check, glad to see you, Mr. Jefferson. That was happy to see you. Falco was not. Falco was under 6 foot. That should be enough. He was warned. But at that Roadhouse, again, Entourage did show up. It was one with the stealth jacket on from the movie, or at least it looked like that. And he was over 6 foot, and he warned the under 6 foot that you might know some of the words, might know some of the file, but even the person involved in it doesn't know everything yet. And she is not to be with you. You are not to pursue her. But he did anyway. I don't know why they don't listen. It speaks to a larger problem. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. And then I'm thinking of that image that I used as a reference the other day from this television show that the humans put out called NCIS, with I think they called it the Marines in a red and black emblem. I don't know what the difference is. And they were on a mattress, and the red and the blue were fighting with these foam, I don't want to call it fencing, but I don't know the proper term for it. I think on the log roll, they also have a similar tool that they use when they try to knock each other off to steady with balance, but whatever on that. So anyhow, so they're on top of this mattress, and I'm like, so here's how the conversation goes. If you're on the mattress fighting between red and blue, and I'm considered money under the mattress, how does the man from the night sky that knows I exist with some vegetable incident from my teenagehood that then brought an entourage out that I was very happy to be with and would have liked to have spent the rest of my life with, around that crowd, I'm a little confused how I got shafted into some not worth living through scene for 44 years. A whole bunch of things happen. Nothing that I really wanted to live through or with or participate in. But I'm still the money under the mattress. So I'm a little confused how to get the attention of the red and blue fighting on top of the mattress that now seems to be cutting off all sorts of opportunity and ability, but I still exist in that format. And I really don't see much benefit underneath the mattress. They're still fighting over the mattress. I'm still under the mattress. I still really would like to spend some time or find the teenager or the man or the adult who found me, who knows that he holds up the night sky, knows how important he is, knows he's somebody special, and has his words for whatever it is that he is that I don't have, never did, since I was growing up on this island in the Atlantic and looked like North America to me. I mean, don't really know any different. This is the flag. They called it the US. I mean, again, this only becomes problematic when I enter breeding season and it's like there were callers and then there was like I don't know what happened. But it seems like they're still fighting on top of the mattress. Over what? I have no idea. But there's still money under the mattress that needs to be addressed. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth. Solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. Also, this morning on See the BS, they mentioned that an age bracket of 50 to 60 year olds. They have some new speed dating thing in person. They've tried the online dating, and they're in their 70s also. They're still trying to find dates and all sorts of things on Long Island, same Long Island I'm on. I mean, the man from the moon station or the space station or the whatever that watches over us and holds up the night sky, they found me when I was a teenager. So I had a letter from someone at the door when I was in grade school. I mean, like, there's stuff going on that doesn't happen to just the average kid. So, but they've been real quiet for a long time, and I really don't know what I did, and I really don't know if something even bigger is going on, but it's really frightening. The more that I sit and the more that I think about it, and the more that I realize just how out of the ordinary my story is. Same thing with get onto a plane and go to buckle my seatbelt and I get pricked with something and then I don't know what happens. I don't know. Was it foaming at the mouth? Did I just fall over? But then I wind up in an area and it's like, oh no, that's a future, we're going to meet a future president. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, I had no idea. Again, it's it's a different type of life. It's a frightening life. And it's hard to figure out if I'm ever like really I mean, I know I'm not where I need to be, but I don't know how I upset the man that came to visit. Like, I don't know. It's star 1978, star 8378.